Hello, my name is Kyle Alfred Paz, and this is my IP defense video. My research title is Decreasing the Steel's Accumulation of Rust Using a Variety of Oils. Steel is one of the most reliable and efficient materials to be used for construction, molding, and other purposes that are meant to be durable and sturdy. It has been used for structural development of most buildings and skyscrapers, not just here in this country, but in the whole world. It replaces the brittle materials like iron and copper, and replaces it with more sturdy compound, more versatile, and reliable than the elements we relied on before. Steel might be strong, reliable material, but it has its own weaknesses. It can be weathered due to its exposure in the environment. It can be exposed to rain, and after the rain subsides, it will heat up because of the thermal energy coming from the sun. Besides that, steel can also be exposed to other elements that can weather steel, like hydrogen from water and oxygen from water and air. Due to its exposure, the steel can accumulate rust, making the steel brittle and more breakable. It will affect its durability. Using it will be difficult if not possible. Rust can cause the foundation of a building or a structure to weaken, causing it to have a disastrous outcome. So my reason why I chose this topic because I use steel every day. I use acoustic steel guitar strings. So my reason why I chose this topic because I use steel every day. I also chose this topic because steel is essential to us and the community and the entire world. Statement of the problem. This study aims to answer the following questions. A. Will the steel have little to no accumulation of rust when it is covered with Number 1. Coconut oil. Number 2. Olive oil. Number 3. Industrial oil. B. Which oil is best for the study? And letter C. Will the steel be functional and can still be put to use after the experiment? This study may seem to be simple, but this will be essential to the people who use steel every day. Steel for construction, retailers who wishes to make their steel's durability last longer, and for guitar players like me who doesn't want to have the rust splinter into their fingers. This study will also help future researchers about the effects of oils to steel, and the data gathered here can be useful to much more larger scale study that is in the same concept as this study. The materials that will be used for this experiment will be acoustic steel guitar strings, olive oil, virgin coconut oil, and industrial oil. This is the step-by-step procedure. Step 1. Put olive oil in all of the strings. Put the guitar in a place where it is exposed to heat and water vapor. Use the guitar normally. After use, return it to its testing place. Do this for 2 weeks. Use a tissue paper to measure the rust accumulated in 2 weeks. Do the same steps with virgin coconut oil and industrial oil. So this is the table of the data gathered in the experiment. On the first row, you will see the materials used: olive oil, virgin coconut oil, and industrial oil. And in the first column, the 2 weeks of experimentation, the first week and the second week. The first oil I used is olive oil, and on the first week of experimentation, the olive oil coating remains intact and no rust occurring yet. But on the second week of experimentation, the coat is gone and rust is present on the 5th and 6th string. When I tested virgin coconut oil, the first week of experimentation showed that the coconut oil coating is still intact and no rust occurring yet. But on the second week, the coat is gone, but yet no rust occurring. The last oil I tested is industrial oil. On the first week of experimentation, the industrial oil causes the strings to solidify, causing the 4th string to break. Rust is seen on the 5th string. On the second week of experimentation, the coat is gone, rust is seen in all of the strings. These are my conclusion to my study. Based on the gathered data through observation and testing, The olive oil and industrial oil did not stop the steel to rust. Therefore, only virgin coconut oil has no rust when steel is coated with it. Since only one has stopped the accumulation of rust, therefore coconut oil is best for this study. The virgin coconut oil decreased the accumulation of rust almost to zero. Hence, it fulfilled the objectives of this study. Since the guitar was put to use every day during the testing period, it's still functional and can be used as long as the strings are intact. Therefore, yes, it can be used and it's still functional. These are my recommendations to future researchers. I would recommend to put more time into testing procedure to gather more data needed for the analysis. I would also recommend to choose different variety of oils or different test subject. And if a researcher would want to add more data to this research, I would recommend to study the composition of the variety of oils that was used in this study to answer why it caused the reaction that took place. Thank you for listening.